Hi everybody, so I've tried twice to go live and it won't let me. It keeps telling me I'm copywriting something. I'm not sure what, so we're going to record it. So this is my third try. Hi, Miss Shannon's kindergarten class. Today I came to your house and I dropped off an art kit. And in that art kit you had 2 lantern copies, 2 coffee filters. Miss Shannon gave you 2 so that you could color 2 and then decide which one you like best. We are going to take our coffee filter first, and we are going to fold it in half. It's going to look like a taco. Then we are going to fold it in half again. Excuse the barking dog in the background. You may even hear some screaming kiddos. It's going to look like a half pie, a big piece of pie, I should say a quarter of a pie. Then you're going to fold it again, and it's going to look like a smaller piece of pie. So it is going to look like this. You are going to take a marker and you are going to color one side of your coffee filter. Just one side. You're not going to color both sides. You're not going to open it and unfold it. You're just going to color one side. So let's see if I can adjust this without it falling down so that you can see me coloring one side. Miss Shannon is using a plastic bag underneath in case I color off of it. You could use a piece of paper, which Miss Shannon might end up using here in a second. But as long as you have something to cover the table. So you are going to take and you are going to color one side. How many sides are you coloring? One side. So I am going to take my markers, and I am going to color in different spots. Nothing special. You can make a pattern if you want to, or you can just choose to color. So here's my start. I've just colored in a few different locations, nothing exciting. I am going to go get another color because guess what? I want to make sure that the whole thing is covered. And one of my favorite colors that has been working really well in all of my trial errors is the yellow. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to color. It's kind of like a yellowish orange. I'm going to go in and I'm going to color. I'm going to make sure I am saturating. I am coloring really heavy, really dark, because I want as much pigment to come out as possible. You do not have to color all of it because when we do the next step, it will bleed, which will cause it to blend out on the coffee filter. And that's exactly what we want it to do. I am going to go find a magenta. Oh, this is red. All right, we're going to go color red. Miss Shannon's going to go color some red in here. And remember, we're only coloring how many sides? One side. One side. Okay. Miss Shannon's going to do one more color. You can do as many colors as you want. Miss Shannon has a rainbow example over here so that we can use this because mine is going to be wet in a minute and I'm not going to be able to show you the next step. So now Miss Shannon's going to go in with a pink. No, let's not do pink because I have lots of pinks. Let's do like a green color. And I'm going to color green. Ooh, that's really dark. That might look kind of silly. Might turn brown. That's okay. It's all about experimenting with what might come next. Then Miss Shannon is going to do one more color, and she's going to do a blue. My friends, it is up to you what colors you use. It is up to you what you make it look like. This is your project. This is what you want to be proud of. Miss Shannon left you 2 coffee filters so that if you're not quite sure about the one you just made, you can make another one. So now you are going to take your wet paper towel and under supervision of parent, you are going to put it on your coffee filter. Miss Shannon's going to move this for a second. You're going to put it on your coffee filter. And you are going to squish it, 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 squish it. Okay? Then you are going to slowly, very slowly, make sure, first of all, that it goes all the way through. Then you are going to slowly open your coffee filter back to its original size. You will notice that this looks a little bit like stained glass. That's the idea of the whole project. Because when we are done, we are going to glue it into our lantern, and we are going to be able to put it on our window or our door, and we are going to make a sun catcher with it for Ramadan. So every morning after we do our morning du'as, we can see the sun coming up through it, and it will be beautiful. So this is wet, so Miss Shannon's going to lay it out, and I'm going to put it somewhere to dry. You are going to either want to pause this video or come back to it later after it dries. I suggest putting it in some sunlight. Maybe you want to use a hair dryer on it so you can get going. That's your choice. So now Miss Shannon is going to take her already dry one, and I'm going to take one side of my lantern. On that side of my lantern, I am going to put some glue on it. I'm going to put a lot of glue on it. Why am I going to put a lot of glue on it? Because I want it to stick. I am only doing glue on one side of my lantern. One side. I am then going to take my coffee filter I've already created and has dried. And I'm actually going to lay the coffee filter on the table. And then I'm going to lay I'm going to decide where I want. It's darker purple in colors. I'm going to lay it where I can see as many of the colors as possible. Then I'm going to push. You're probably going to want to do this with paper as well, because I just made a mess on my table. So it's going to look something like this. Your coffee filter is not going to fit. The idea is that when we are done, we can cut around the lantern. Okay, so now making sure that when I push it together, that the windows are going to be facing the same way. We don't want it to be upside down. As close as we can. Doesn't have to be perfect. Miss Shannon's just going to go put glue over the coffee filter because we already have glue on the other side of the lantern. I'm going to go try to match it up the best I can. It's not going to be perfect. And that's okay. And then I'm going to smush, 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 and we're going to count to 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, here's what you have. Ooh, it got really blurry. Here's what you have. You have your lantern. Now you are going to take a pair of scissors, and with supervision of your parents, you are going to cut around the shape of your lantern so that the only thing we see is the coffee filter in the middle. Now this can be tricky, which is why it's supervision of mom and dad or older sibling. It's okay if you cut a little bit of the lantern. It's not a big deal. And we're going to come, and it's going to look something like this. Now you can go back and you can trim it up a little bit better if you need to or would like to. And you have a wonderful, beautiful Ramadan lantern that in the morning will catch the sun after your morning prayers. Miss Shannon's going to come and glue this down a little bit better because it's kind of sticking off. And I want to make sure it's stuck nice and good so that it will hold up. Okay, so here's our lantern. It's beautiful. It looks like a sunset, sunrise, one of the two. I hope my friends have lots of fun with this. And if you have any questions, please get a hold of me. I would love to see your work when you're done. Don't have to, but it would be really cool to see it. And I hope my friends have a wonderful Ramadan, the best that they can. So Ramadan Mubarak.